And we're back. Yeah, remember, Ontario is the province, right? So we're talking about the whole thing, right? Like I'm from Ontario, but I'm from like way up here, even though that's still Toronto. But like if I do Red Lake, Ontario, directions, Toronto, right? Same province, right? 20 hours and a half, right? Very long, right? 20 hours. So,
20 hours. Okay, very long.
so yeah, basically, I'm just getting at that. I know in America, look at how small the states are, and I know in China, look how small the provinces are. On Canada is just different. Each province in Canada is like 4 states. Like it's huge. Texas, right, is like half the size of Ontario, and Texas is huge, right? So just keep that in mind that when we talk about distance in Canada and provinces in Canada, we just have huge ones for like no reason. I don't know why. We're just crazy. But anyways, so we were just talking about, oh yeah, education plus jobs for 700 people. Now we're here.
Franco,
Filipino, Philippe Champagne.
Philippe Champagne. From the show, Mr. of the Industry said he spoke to the building, the Tranta and unions Friday, and they're very much on the same page.
So, yeah, basically it's just saying that, yeah, the people building the building also want more Canadians working. So everyone's like, more Canadians, more Canadians. Everyone is agreeing. Oh.
Now, what I want to it is to sit down with the company, sit down with the unions, and I'm making sure that we understand fully the land spatial landscape,
Champagne. It's French. Remember, he's French, so champagne. Yeah.
Champagne. What is the minimum required amount of the people that we need the transfer the technology and make sure that Canadians and Canadian work could operate build that plant so that we have the befast for the generations to come. Generations to come?
Yep. Generations means like future children, right? The next generation, right? The future children. So yeah, basically he's saying, again, with the whole time, what is the minimum? Like, do we only need 100 Korean people to come? Do we need 200? Like, what is the smallest number we need so that more Canadians can work on this, more Canadians can learn about this, right? Operate and build, right? And let's see if we can help the future generation, right? The children, how can we make this better for them? Yeah. By the way, this is champagne, I guess, right? Yeah, this is champagne. Oh, come on. Why does it do this? There you go.
Both another industry and the economical space have said Britain work to set up and install a new project is very much spread.
So basically, some other workers or some other companies are like, this is normal. If a Canadian company was going to Korea, we would hire a bunch of Canadians. So when a Korean company is coming to Canada, of course they're going to hire Koreans. this is just normal. That's what he's trying to say. Like, this is normal. I think basically every country does that. Like, if a Chinese company is going to America, they're going to hire Chinese people, or if Japanese or whatever. This is just normal.
This is what's going to happen with every partnership, especially in the electrification. The space with are flying entity.
Entity means thing.
I think it's got the be stored of the pearl that needs to be swallowed for a short amount of time. Joe McCabe, president
McCabe.
McCabe, president of the Auto Broadcaster Solution, told CBC News
Yep.
this.
Basically, he's saying that, like I just said, of course, like in every partnership between two countries, both countries' people are going to work, right? There's going to be Koreans working, there's going to be Canadians working. Whether we do this in Korea, whether we do this in Canada, Germany, America, blah, blah, blah. We're always going to partnership. Both people are going to work. It's never going to be like 90% Canadians and 10% Koreans, especially since it's the Korean company doing it, right? The Korean company is paying all this money to build this factory, and none of their workers are going to work on it. Most people won't want that, right? They're going to at least want a 50-50. But yeah. Next one.
Anywhere you are going to partnership with the foreign entity, you are going to have the representation from that foreign entity at least for the kickoff, especially in a battery electric
Basically, yeah, this is a special technology, right? Battery electric field, right? This is very specific, right? So of course, the company who owns it, the Korean company, is very worried about just losing their money, right? So of course, they're going to use a lot of Korean people at first because, yeah, they want to make more money and help themselves first, because if we give this all to Canada, well, what about the future? Like, we're not going to get this benefit. So we've got to get the benefit early so that you can get the benefit later. So of course this is normal for any technology, especially technology, right? If this was chips, phones, computers, blah, 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 it doesn't really matter. Like, if it's something big like that, of course the original company wants to get a bunch of benefit at the beginning. Yeah.
Nasdaq said Thursday the temporary staff would be working on stay and anywhere from there to the 18 months before
Three
to the 18 months before the returning home.
Yeah. So these 900 people, some will work 3 months, some will work 6 months, some will work 1 year, some will work a year and a half, but all of them will be gone in a year and a half, all of them, and it'll only be Canadians. So why are you complaining, basically?
These are not the permanent full-time jobs, a spokesperson said.
So again, someone who's talking to the public, he's like, these are not permanent jobs. Like, in a year and a half, all of the jobs will be Canadian. Like, you can't handle a year and a half of no jobs? Like, what? No problem. Come on. That's basically what he's trying to say. Oh, it's just one 1 year, a year and a half. And the other thing is, what they're saying is, after 3 months, some of them will leave, which will mean more Canadians get work. Another 3 months later, some more will leave, more Canadians will work. And like, so slowly Canadians will start working more and more, right? So he's like, what's the problem? Why are you guys complaining so much? That's kind of what he's saying. But anyways, I guess when it comes to yeah, these factories and stuff, I guess this is quite popular in China back in the day. Maybe not anymore, but in your area, was there a lot of these kind of factories being built when you were younger?
No.
Like, was this quite normal in Fujian province, where a lot of factories would be built by foreign companies and stuff, or not really?
No. What is that? I don't know.
Foreign companies, so like American companies or Japanese companies coming to China to build factories in Fuzhou? Again, in Fujian province. Is that normal, or was that more like Shanghai?
No, we just now the China departments, the Fujian departments, just the half the Japanese, half the China.
Okay.
We talk about this together the
partnership, right? Just what they talked about. Partnership, right? Partners together, working together.
And yes, in Fujian have a lot. Maybe the Toyota company, Honda,
mainly Japan.
Nissan company, a lot of company, Japan, Korea, American, Ford, a lot of the company. Just in China, the government get your just the partnership. Not only one, just no only one.
So you have to do two. You have to do two. Okay.
You need the two.
To be fair, that's what happened in Canada, right? It was Nexstar Canadian with LG, right? So it was a partnership. So fair enough.
LG for the company is doing the computer screen very famous. They are
so Fujian province was mainly Japanese partnerships, or did they have a lot of American partnerships as well, or Korean, or just Japan?
A lot. Japan, Korea, US, UK, Canada. Yeah, we have Canada the clause, Canada the code. We talk about the code.
Yeah,
group.
Goose something. I forget what it's called. Goose
under this. And goose under this. I don't know what's the
Canadian goose. That's what we call it. Canadian goose.
Canadian goose. I understand. Just a
little. Oh, this is like the material. It's a specific name. 1 second. Let me.
Most in the China. Oh, very big, very beautiful, very good at the business. In China.
This company. It's not. It's a little bit different. They do this. That's what they do it in Canada. Arcteryx. That's what they call it.
In China, the company is the clothes is very good at the business. And the Canada the goods.
Yeah, we're really good with clothing in Canada.
Very basic.
Oh yeah, like you can. I think my jacket was like $400. Like they can be huge.
Yeah. All in China 4,000 the Chinese yen.
Yeah, but remember, well, I guess for me, they don't go bad. Like I had that $400 jacket ever since I was 14. From 14 till now, I still have that jacket, and that jacket's still great. So like, that's a good jacket. It lasts forever, basically. But anyways, okay.
I don't know.
In Vietnam, it's a lot of Korean and Japanese companies come here. Not many American. It's mainly Korea, actually.
Vietnam the more the small things from the China, small they just the technology from the Korea, from the Japan.
Korea's
And
the biggest one, though. Korea's the biggest one. I think the largest investor in Vietnam is Samsung. Samsung's the biggest one in Vietnam. Samsung, and then it's Hyundai. Yeah.
Hyundai, Samsung and Hyundai.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're huge here.
Samsung
Like,
and Hyundai just the big to the Korea. They just the famous the South Korea two very big company. And you look at Japan. Japan have a lot. Honda,
from what I've seen in Vietnam for Japan, Honda, Suzuki, and Panasonic. Panasonic. Those are the three big ones for here. But yeah. And the funny thing is, a lot of my Korean students live in Vietnam because they're working at Vietnam. So I call them here, which is a bit silly. But
and Asia, maybe the Japan technology is good. And Korea, just the US, the company. North Korea, they say always the US the company. US the company. The company.
Yeah, Korea and Japan both have really good technology, but they're very specific technologies. Like when you think of Korea, they have really good phones, but they don't have really good cars, right?
Like, they don't have good cars.
Right? So like that's kind of how it works. And same with like Japan. Japan has really good cameras, like Panasonic and stuff. Very good TVs, very good cars, but they don't have really good phones, right? Japan does not have, like Samsung's way better than their phone. So yeah, they kind of work together on that. But anyways,
I think it's good technology in the US. US get your good or you could get your no, you just no.
Well, generally speaking, America is the peak, but they've lost a lot of their old stuff though. That's kind of the bad thing for America, is they don't have really good cars, they don't have really good like factory stuff, but they have the best technology in the world. It's number one. But that's kind of their problem, is they got the number one stuff, but they're missing that whole middle ground. They got number one and the bottom, like food and stuff. They do food and technology, but nothing in the middle. They do medicine as well. Medicine is the big one. Sorry, say again? Canada is the same as America because we have a lot of deals with America to be free trade. So Canada is basically the same as America, except for slightly cheaper.
Canada no good technology. They just good oil, good trees. They have a lot of trees. There's every day sold the wooden, or a lot of the wooden, a lot of seafood, a lot of oil. They just the this. I think
not really. Well, we do have that for sure. Canada's big on that because we help America a lot with that. But when it comes to technology, Canada has the same amount as America. The issue with Canada is just how small it is, right? So like if there's a big factory in Texas and a big factory in California and a big factory over here for all technology, Canada has Vancouver and Toronto. There's only 2, right? Where in America, there'll be like 10 or 20. So it's not that Canada doesn't have technology. It's just that we're so small, right? We're only 40 million people.
Vancouver have the which technology? I don't know.
Vancouver's, again, it's the same as like America. San Francisco, a lot of people either work in Vancouver, Seattle, or San Francisco for technology. When it comes to
the Windows, the company in the Seattle, Windows.
Yep. there is Windows and Google in Canada as well. Like those companies come to Canada as well. But again, like I said, it's just Vancouver, just Toronto. So we have it. It's just a little of it. Yeah. Most of it's in America.
Toronto near the US.
Yep.
What
2 hours or hour and a half to US? Because hour and a half to Niagara Falls. So,
what city?
Niagara Falls.
Niagara Falls.
Niagara Falls. Right, remember Niagara Falls, Canada, Niagara Falls, America?
Which
so about an hour and a half.
What's the name of the state?
New York.
Oh, near New York.
So, for example, here's the thing. When it comes to technology, Vancouver's #1 because they're beside Seattle. They're right beside San Francisco. So they do a lot of technology. But Toronto's right beside New York. So they do a lot of like money, like finance stuff, right? So both are very rich, but that's the other parts of Canada are a little bit different. Like Alberta is all about the oil. The Saskatchewan and Manitoba is all about the food. The rest of Ontario, not Toronto, is all about mining for gold. So yeah, we have a lot of resources, but Toronto has the money and Vancouver has the technology. But again, it's just two, right?
More the home Cantonese. They just talk Cantonese. They say now
Vancouver. We call it Vancouver.
Yeah, small Asia. They just the small Asia. And Toronto
we call it
the money.
Vancouver.
Hong Kong.
Vancouver. Because Vancouver, Vancouver.
Hong Kong, Vancouver. Yeah, they just a lot of people talk Cantonese. And the Toronto, they say Toronto have a lot India person. Gali. They say this Gali city. Gali.
Also in Toronto, there's a lot of other Chinese people, like Mandarin, from Beijing, from Taiwan, from Shanghai. Toronto is like where, because again, Toronto's the rich place. It's like the New York, right? So if you're rich, like you have a factory in China, you're going to go to Toronto. You're not going to go to Vancouver. But if you're a technology person like Hong Kong, you're going to go to Vancouver. So yeah, like I told you before, Canada's very, very specific per city. Like you go to this city for this thing. You go to this city for this thing. If you like, there's not technology in all of the cities. There's not finance in all of the cities. It's like one.
It's the BC province. Vancouver, BC province. And the Toronto is the Ontario province.
But the difference between Ontario and BC is only Vancouver. That's it. There's only Vancouver there. Where in Ontario, we have Ottawa, Toronto, London, Windsor. Like we have a few cities in Hamilton, Niagara Falls. We have a few cities for Ontario. Vancouver is the only big one.
Ottawa is capital.
Yeah.
And Ottawa.
1 million people, I think.
With the technology or no?
No, it's all government stuff.
Just the government. No good.
Like all the jobs in Ottawa are service jobs, like restaurants and government. Those are the two things, right? Because think of it this way: if you're working for the government, you're rich. So the only thing left there is work at government or work to give stuff to the government, like food or blah blah blah. So like, yeah, Ottawa is just government stuff generally.
Or government in the here. Different the Canada, the province, the city, they have the different the products for the products.
Yeah, very specific.
Onion, I bought onion. And
Alberta is oil and food. Oil and food, because there's a lot of cows and animals. Yeah.
A lot of animals. Which city? A lot of animals.
Well, it's not the cities, right? It's the outside of the city, right? So Edmonton and Calgary are oil. Everything else in Alberta is cows. Saskatchewan and Manitoba are food, like crops, like corn, wheat, like food. And then
Saskatchewan have a lot every year. A lot of farmers.
I think
the potato.
Mainly corn and wheat for flour, like for bread. I believe Saskatchewan is like 50% of Canada's food. Manitoba is like 40% of Canada's food, and then 10% is the rest of the country. Like Saskatchewan and Manitoba is like 80% of Canada's food. It's huge.
My friends talk about me, say in Saskatchewan, the farmers always very rich. They have a lot the farmer every year.
Again,
they're doing the 6 month the job, and another time they do nothing. Very rich.
Well, yeah.
Vegetation.
you get 3 months off if you're a crop farmer, right? Because winter, you can't do anything in winter, so you get 3 months off, right? If you're animals, you don't. Animals, you have to keep working, right? Because they're animals. But if you're doing crops like wheat, corn, potatoes, blah, 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 yeah, you get 3 months off. We have a friend. He's, what's his name? Robert. Right now, he's off, and he's like, he's trying to hang out with my dad. He's like, Roy, let's go to Mexico. Let's go to US. Let's go here, because he has 3 months off to do nothing. He's just like, let's do this. Let's do that.
I'm very rich. Very rich. They sold the food. A lot. Let's say a lot of supermarket, a lot of companies. The sold their food. They just farm more. Always the big truck. A lot of big truck. Translation the potatoes a lot. So very very rich. So, 2 or 3 people. They doing the 10,000 or the 2,000 the big.
But you need the skills, right? Like you have to know how to do it, because you have all this land, but if you only grow like this small stuff, you're gonna make nothing.
In Canada, you have the land in Canada.
Just a maple syrup farm. It's very small.
Small, no big.
It's probably like a square kilometer. Like it's pretty big, I guess. Like a square kilometer, right? Like it's not huge, but like remember in Canada, like things are huge. Like our family farmers have like 20 kilometers squared. Like they have huge pieces of land. Like
huge.
So yeah, we have 1 kilometer, which is pretty big, but like compared to everyone else, everyone has like 20, 40, 30. I'm like, okay, we're small.
In the here, no painting? No.
No. We have a tree farm.
And your father doing this?
Yeah, maple syrup. Syrup. Right? For maple syrup for pancakes and stuff, right?
Okay, we have the time now. See you after. Bye bye.
Yep. Bye.